Myself Varshini. Today my topic is cloud computing and its applications. Currently I am pursuing computer science in Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering. This is the picture of cloud computing. So introduction to cloud computing. So basically what is cloud computing? It is the delivery of computing services such as servers, storage, databases, networking, software, analytics over the cloud. It provides an alternative to the on-premises data center. It is an alternative for the data center. The cloud environment, it provides an easily accessible online portal that makes handy for the user to manage the compute, storage, network, and application resources. With an on-premises data center, we have to manage everything like purchasing and installing the hardware, installing the operating system, or any other required applications required for that, setting up the network, configuring the firewall, and setting up the storage for the data. They also provide wide variety of software and they work as a platform as a service. These services, that is cloud computing services, it will be charged based on the usage. This is the picture which depicts cloud computing. Here application infrastructure and storage, these are the cloud and these are the users, these are the servers and these are the telephones where all the databases and the applications it will be stored in the cloud. Next we have deployment models in cloud computing. So the cloud deployment model, it identifies the specific type of cloud environment based on ownership, scale and access as well as the cloud's nature and purpose. So there are four different types of cloud computing deployment models, that is public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud and community cloud. Coming to the public cloud, it allows systems and services which is to be easily accessible to the general public. That is, public cloud means it will be easily accessible to the public. Private cloud means the cloud computing services, it will be charged based on the usage. Hybrid cloud means it's a mixture of public and private cloud. For the critical activities, we are using private cloud and non-critical activities are performed using public cloud. Coming to the community cloud, it allows systems and services. It should be accessible for the group of organizations. This is the picture of deployment models in the cloud computing. Public cloud where it will be accessible for the general usage of public. Private cloud where the cloud services will be charged based on the usage. Hybrid cloud, it is a mixture of public cloud and the private cloud. Community cloud, it will be like generally accessible for the group of organizations. Next, we have cloud computing service models. So there are three main types of service models for cloud computing. It provides the control over the hardware, flexibility, management so that you select the proper set of services for your needs. That is, you will set the services or you can select the services according to your needs. So there are three types of cloud computing service models: infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. Coming to the infrastructure as a service, it is the most flexible type of cloud service which lets you to rent the hardware and contains the basic building blocks of cloud and IT, where it gives complete control over the hardware and it helps to run your applications like storage, networks, operating system, virtual machines, and servers, where it is an instant computing infrastructure. It will be provisioned and managed over the internet. That is, it is like where you can get the control over the hardware and whenever you want, you can rent for that hardware. It gives you the very best level of flexibility and management control over the IT resources. And it is almost like prevailing IT resources with which many IT departments and developers are familiar. Examples of infrastructure as a service or virtual machines or AWS EC2 storage or networking. Next, we have platform as a service. It is also one of the cloud service model, but it's ready to use development environment it provides where developers can specialize in writing, executing high quality code and to make customized applications. It helps you to create an application quickly without managing the underlying infrastructure. For example, when you deploy a web application from platform as a service, you no need to have to install and separate operating system or web servers or any other applications or even the system updates, but you can even scale and you can add new features to your services. Cloud service model. So this cloud service model, it makes the method of developing and deploying applications simpler, but it is more expensive when compared to the infrastructure as a service, but less expensive as compared to the software as a service. This helps you to be more efficient so that you no need to worry about resource procurement, capacity planning, software maintenance, patching, or any of the opposite undifferentiated work involved in running your applications. Examples of platform as a service or Elastic Beanstalk or Lambda from AWS, Web Apps, Functions, or Azure SQL Database from Azure, Cloud SQL Database from Google Cloud, Oracle Database Cloud Service from Oracle Cloud. Next, we have software as a service. It provides you with a complete product where it will be run and managed by the service provider. So the software, it will be hosted in online and it will be made available to customers based on the subscription or for the purchase in the cloud service model. With a software as a service offering, you don't need to worry about how the service is maintained and how the underlying infrastructure has been managed. It would help you if you believe that you would use that specific software. Examples of software as a service are Microsoft Office 365 or Oracle ERP or HCM Cloud, Salesforce, Gmail, or Dropbox. Characteristics of service model of cloud computing. So first characteristic is multi-talent, that is multi-tenancy. It is an architecture in which a single instance of software application, it serves multiple customers. That is one single application software, it will serve multiple customers where each customer is called a tenant. Self-service. Self-service cloud computing, it is a private cloud service where the customer provisions storage and launches the application without an external cloud service provider. So with a self-service cloud, users access a web-based portal to request or configure servers and launch applications. Elastic. So in the Elastic, we have scale up or scale down. So elasticity means it is the ability to grow or shrink infrastructure resources dynamically as needed to adapt the workload changes in the autonomic manner, maximizing the use of resources. This can result in savings in infrastructure costs overall. Next, we have web-based. It means you can access your resources via web-based applications. Automated, like most of the things in the cloud are automated, where human intervention will be less in that. Next, pay as you go model. That is, you have to pay like what we are utilizing the cloud resources. That is, how much you are utilizing the cloud resources, that much you need to pay. That is, the amount of the pay, it will be depend basically on the utilization of cloud resources. So this is the picture which depicts characteristics of service model cloud computing. So this is the cloud where it will be reduced infrastructure cost because it will be installed easily by the user. Capacity and scalability. where we can enhance the features by adding it, and it have larger or greater capacity, refresh aging infrastructure, that is infrastructure will be deployed as per the requirement, support new business opportunities, that is it will helps the other business also, business continuity, so there will be no breakable through the business, and increased collaboration, so that with the help by using cloud we can save money, data and time by using cloud computing. Next, coming to the history of cloud computing, the concept of cloud computing came into existence in the year 1950 with the implementation of mainframe computers, and it is accessible via thin or static lines. Since then, the cloud computing will be evolved from static clients to dynamic ones, that is from software to services. So the following diagram which explains the evolution of cloud computing. So basically cloud computing came into existence in the year 1950 with the evolution of mainframe computer. So features are start of automation phase and localized infrastructure. Next, after developing the mainframes, they started to develop the PC in the 1960s. The rise in demand for the personal desktops, centralized computing, and in that time, IT services had been established. Next, we have client server architecture, that is VPN, virtual private network has been offered. Demand for higher bandwidth do not on for the revolution. Next, we have hosted environment in 2000, where IT infrastructure and management has been developed and increased the use of virtualization. Beyond 2010, so cloud computing will be generally developed on 2010. It will be emergence of as a service, and it will be helpful in delivery of infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service, and network as a service. So it helps collaborative computing and utility computing model. Next, coming to the characteristics of cloud computing, on-demand self-service, broad network access, resource pooling, rapid elasticity. So cloud computing, it allows the user to use web services and resources on demand. That is, users can use their web services and resources based on the demand. One can log on to a website at any time and they can use them. Whenever they require, they can log into the website and they can use them. Broad network access. Since cloud computing is web based, it can be accessed from anywhere and on any time. Resource pooling. Cloud computing allows multiple tenants to share a pool of resources. One can share single physical instance of hardware, database, and basic infrastructure. That is multiple tenants. That is multiple people can share many types of resource that single person or one can share their databases or physical instance of hardware, database, and its infrastructure. Next, we have rapid elasticity. It is very easy to scale the resources vertically and horizontally at any time. So, scaling of resources means the ability of the resources that should be deal with increasing or decreasing demand. These are the characteristics of cloud computing. Next, advantages or benefits of cloud computing. These are some of the advantages of cloud computing. So one can access applications as utilities over the internet. That is, one can access the applications on the web based on cloud computing whenever they need it over the internet. One can manipulate and configure the applications online at any time. When they want, they can configure and they can manipulate those applications. It does not require to install a software to access and manipulate those cloud applications. And also, cloud computing offers online development and deployment tools and also programming routing environment through platform as a service model. Cloud resources are available over the network in a manner that provide platform independent access to any type of clients. Cloud computing offers on-demand self-service. The resources can be used without interaction with cloud service providers. Without interaction, we can use the resources. Next, what are the challenges we are going to face on cloud computing? Firstly, we have security and privacy. Coming to the security and privacy of information, it is the biggest challenge to the cloud computing. So, security and privacy issues can be overcome by employing encryption, security hardware, and security applications. Next, we have portability. There is another challenge to the cloud computing that applications should be easily migrated from one cloud provider to other. There must not be vendor lock-in. However, it is not yet made possible because each of the cloud provider uses different standard languages for their platforms. Next, we have interoperability. It means the application in one platform can be able to incorporate the services from the other platforms. It is made possible via web services, but developing such web services is very complex. Next, we have computing performance. Data intensive applications on cloud, it requires high network bandwidth, which results in high cost. But low bandwidth, it does not meet any desired computing performance of cloud application. These are the challenges we are going to face in the cloud computing.